Even worse because I just wasn't getting clients. That was the problem. And it gave me a really clear roadmap for how I can scale my own business. I was in a point where I was scrabbling just to make content for companies. It's actually going to be beneficial to the business, offering a return on investment, not just producing pretty videos.
What's up, guys? I'm here with my client Chris, who has made $35,000 by helping local businesses install a done with you local ad strategy and high quality content. And in this video, we're gonna break down exactly how he did it and how he became a lot more valuable to clients and actually got them results. So what's up, Chris?
Hey, Boris, how you doing, man? Good to talk to you.
Likewise, man, likewise. So we've been working for a little bit now, and what would you say is one of those big takeaways of, like, you were a videographer that sold just content, and you were pretty much competing with everyone and their grandma in your city that just sold content as well, and then you pivoted and became more valuable and started adding local ads to your offer. And how has that changed everything for you?
Well, it gave me a lot more confidence that when I'm going to go out and sell something, it's actually going to be beneficial to the business, offering a return on investment, not just producing pretty videos, but actually having a comprehensive strategy, a way to have clarity and insight into your ad spend, and ultimately make my customers more money is just far and away more valuable. And it gave me a really clear roadmap for how I can scale my own business.
Before this, were you kind of like freaking out sometimes when clients would hit you with, oh, what kind of return am I going to get from content packages? Or how was it before that? Like,
oh, I'll do you one better than that. It was even worse because I just wasn't getting clients. That was the problem.
oh, shoot.
I was in a point where I was scrabbling just to make content for companies. I was literally cold calling people, just asking them, hey, can I make video for you? I had a core group of a few clients who would come to me for drone video or progress updates on their construction sites, but I was in a serious grind where I didn't have a clear offer, and that was something you helped me develop.
Cool. Okay. So you became a whole lot more valuable. You got a new offer, and you started charging $6,000 plus, and it was pretty cool to see your value go from like a couple $100s a video or whatever it was to 6K. And so when you, like you said, you became a lot more confident, but how did it feel charging a whole lot more and knowing it's worth a whole lot more as well?
Yeah, well, we talk about value-based pricing all the time. If I'm going to charge somebody, it needs to actually earn them a return on that investment. And, the other thing that's been great about this offer is it's expanded my horizons of who I can work with. I never thought I would be working with auto shops, tattoo studios, landscapers, realtors, all these different people where I know that their service and offer could be worth up to $50,000 for a landscaper or $500,000 for a realtor. So when I look at that and say, well, if I make you $50,000, it's only right that I charge you a one-time fee of $6,000, $10,000, $15,000 to implement a system that means you can go out and do that over and over again.
Yeah, no, 100%. And you had one of your clients get some crazy results recently where you put $300 into the system, made $10,000 within 2 weeks, right?
Yeah, exactly. And my takeaway from that one, it was awesome. When I talked to the business owners, they're an older couple who've been running the business for a long time. And one thing they said to me really stuck out, and that was, we're not at the front of the phone book anymore. We used to have double A at the front of our name, so we'd be at the front of the phone book. But now we're in a digital era and we haven't kept up. And so when I came into that business and I modernized their social media and actually had an intentional system put in place for them where we ran a local ad, people started responding to it really positively. And their DMs were flooded with people of sending them pictures of their rigs, asking for work to be done. And the results were so positive. Like you said, within those first 2 weeks, their ad spend was $330 and they had generated over $10,000 of quoted work. So big success story for them and for me.
Yeah, no, that's huge. And so one thing you mentioned was you didn't have leads prior to this offer. And so I guess that's a few things we fix when we work together with clients. We fix the offer, it has to be more attractive. And then we generate the high quality leads or people that are actually able to afford the offer. And so what was life like before having a system? Like you said, you were doing free work and calling people, but like, what was it like? Can you I know a lot of videographers watching this are in your old shoes. So what does it feel like and how does it feel now to wake up to new leads every single day?
So part of this is a twofold problem. I used to live in New Zealand. The economy down there is a lot smaller. People are a lot more tight-fisted, but that was compounded by the fact that I didn't have a clear offer. So I wasted a lot of time and money. I spent money on a cold calling marketing agency in 2024 where I dumped close to $36,000 over the course of a year, and it generated maybe $20,000 of revenue. So my mindset was that of, I'm stagnating. My wheels are spinning. It's discouraging. It's frustrating. I'm paying to do business and I'm not getting ahead. And I know that I'm a smart, creative guy. I should be able to make this work. And so when I moved back to America, I got hit with one of your ads. We started talking, we started working together, and I realized that I was going to need something different moving into the new year. There was actually a more attractive offer because if I'm just paying a cold calling agency to smash phones and email with a crappy offer, that's not going to get me anywhere.
Yeah, no, 100%, 100%. And so you went from cold calling, which is like the worst, the most painful and brutal approach, to having leads come to you and then handed a automated way to just kind of get them in, nurture them in, and
Yep.
just book them. And so pretty freaking cool. What a transition.
Definitely. Yeah. And it's gotten to a point now where my wife actually left her corporate job. She's come to work with me full time. We just finished filming our first couples ad, really introducing my follower base to her. Our clients have known her for the past few months because she kind of works behind the scenes as a director and script supervisor and client success manager. But now having her on board full time was something that we never thought we would actually get to a point of doing.
What a blessing.
Definitely.
Like, that's so cool. I remember actually when right before you signed on, I hopped on a Zoom call with you and your wife to meet you guys. And I was like, oh, wow, they're going to crush it. And so I'm so glad to see you guys are working together. And so big things are going to happen. And man, it's cool.
Yeah,
It's cool.
definitely. I
So
feel really optimistic and positive about the plan that we have for 2026.
100%. And the best part is it compounds. Local ads compound in your city. And as you're probably seeing now more, people are starting to recognize you more, and it's just easier to nurture them up. And some of your ads are crazy. Like you have a skydiving ad. Do you want to talk about that for a second?
Yeah, definitely. I'm kind of an adrenaline junkie. I'm a pilot, skydiver, paraglider, skier, and I filmed an ad jumping out of a plane last summer, which again, I never would have thought to structure or format a video around that. And so that's another part of this program that really helped me was structuring an ad and formatting how I talk to people. And so I thought, what's the best way for me to stand out in this kind of crowded, competitive area of, marketers, social media managers. And I thought this is really uniquely me. So I handed my GoPro to somebody in the plane behind me and I just screamed my line as loud as I could at the camera and jumped out. And then I had a GoPro on my wrist that I delivered a few lines while I was in free fall and then under the parachute and then landing. And yeah, that definitely got some people's attention.
That was crazy. Like, how did leads react to that?
Yeah, a lot of people that I would talk to on, an intro call or a sales call would mention that ad and say that that ad specifically was a reason that they wanted to talk to me because it was so different from anything else they had seen. And so I think that really helped, convey my personality and my lifestyle along with the ad.
Dude, that's beautiful because like all the other ads you have running call people out and hit their pain points, and then this ad just like shows them who you really are. I
Yeah.
love that. It's a nice little combo. Okay, sweet. How would you say it's been working with me and my team? We have the calls, the one-on-one help, the
Yep.
access to our team. Like when you like if someone's like brand new, doesn't know what it's like working with us.
I would say two words, ongoing success or ongoing training, because we have weekly calls that I try and attend as frequently as I can. I get a lot of value out of those. I learn a lot from other members. I also get to nurture some of the younger members, which is my way of giving back. I just got on a call with Lewis last night to role play with him, and that's such an invaluable way to network with people. But having access to Ben to really help me with my sales coaching, I can't tell you how many calls of mine he has reviewed. And that has really leveled up my sales game because coming into this, as a videographer, as a creative person, people pleaser, you want to be people's buddy. And then, that doesn't really translate well to sales. So working with Ben has definitely upped my game. It's taught me a lot of stuff. It's made me more effective. It's made me more of an authority in my space. And then obviously having Dan and Tyler to help craft these ads for my customers just kind of helps hold my hand along the way and kind of eventually take the training wheels off to a point where I can confidently write ads for my own clients And then at the front end of that program and along the way, have that ongoing client success role has been really nice.
No, that's awesome. And like you said, like we pretty much handhold everyone. So like as soon as you close a client, we help you script the ad, make sure it's great, help you sell all these leads, and just help you every step of the way. Because the goal is not to just hand you an offer and not to just hand you a way to get leads, but like a way to get the leads, convert the leads, sell the leads, upsell the leads, and continue making them money so you can continue to grow your business. And so it's pretty cool to see you implement all this and see some success. What would you say to someone who is on the fence with working with us, but is just like, dude, I don't know if this will work for me. I don't know, ads and all this seems extremely complex. Like, what would you say to that person that's like, thinks it's harder than it really is?
I would say you need to kind of examine yourself and your own business model and understand what's been going wrong. You need to take ownership, first of all, and understand that something's been going wrong that's led you to this point. And then you really need to analyze what's going to be different about this next step. And everything we've just talked about should help you and support you in that goal. For myself, I've worked with Video Business Academy, which was nice at the time, and I definitely made some money there. And like I said, I've worked with some other cold calling marketing agencies that didn't work. So I've tried a number of different things. And this so far has been the most effective at getting me on a roadmap to having a scalable business with a really clear offer that is widely applicable to a number of businesses and translatable across industries and geographic locations. So I would say if you're on the fence, you're already watching this video, I think your only thing that's holding you back is your own self-doubt. So make the plunge.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. So guys, you heard the man. If you are interested in scaling, book in a call down below. There's going to be a link. And Chris, thank you so much for your time. And thank you for giving them a true perspective of what it's like to actually scale your video business.
You're welcome, Boris, and thanks for all the help with my business too.